Hey friends, and welcome back to a long overdue video. Now, we have some friends that gave me a full box of tomatoes. I mean, it was so many. As you can see, some are kind of bad, but I was like, let me do something with this. So I gave all of them a good wash. I cut out the bad pieces and then I cut them up. Now, the smaller tomatoes, like the cherry type, I cut them in fours. The bigger ones, I just sliced. I'm going to put them in 2 pans, add some onions, some bell peppers in there. And I had some leftover pico, so I was like, why not? Now, at this point, honestly, still wasn't sure what I was going to be making. So I added some onion powder, some garlic powder, some olive oil, and some Italian seasoning, and just a little bit of sugar, about a teaspoonful, because tomatoes can be really acidic. So check the recipe down in the description box. I'll have everything listed. I'm going to just put this in the oven on 400 degrees for about an hour, and this is what it came out like. I'm going to be honest with y'all. At this point, I still had no idea what I was making, but I knew it was going to be good because those tomatoes and those roasted onions were smelling amazing. Burned my pan a little bit, but that's okay. I washed it off later. Everything's good. But then I was like, what about a really savory, hearty tomato sauce? So that's what I went for. Now, I just have this little blender that I added stuff to with some of the juice, and I'm just going to go ahead and pulse it. If you want to leave it right here, it can be a thick marinara sauce. If you want to keep going, it turned into this beautiful orangey red tomato sauce. Now, I had so much of it. I was just like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I got out some of my vacuum seal containers. If you guys don't have a vacuum seal, I'll list the one that I have down below, but I really think they come in handy. They're pretty beneficial, if you just need to prep and save some food. So I'm just going to put the tomato sauce that I blended in here in one. I don't know why I'm making that face. That was so odd, but I'm going to put it in here in one of the little sacks. And once you notice, I only filled it about halfway up, because one thing I've learned with this vacuum sealer, once you start sealing, oh my goodness, it can make a big mess. So I'm not actually adding that much to it. My husband was like, why not fill it up to the top? And I had to show him, like, nope, can't do it with this one. So anyway, this ended up making about maybe 3 or 4 bags. And we had a bowl full that I just put some penne pasta with, put this on top, didn't even add any meat to it, put a little basil and some Italian seasoning and parsley on top to make it just super aesthetic. And I didn't have a picture of the meal because at this point, like, I was tired, y'all. But I'm trying to tell you, if you have a bunch of tomatoes in your garden, or if you have friends that give you a bunch of tomatoes, or if you just catch a really great sale on tomatoes, grab it. You can make the easiest, most flavorful tomato sauce. And when I tell you this stuff was good, oh my goodness, this stuff was so good. Okay, so this is me just vacuum sealing it. I had a little trouble at first because I hadn't used this thing in a couple of months. But as you see, I got it together. I got it sealed, got the air out. Then I did nothing but label them and slide them in the freezer. And I was able to have the taste of a really good tomato sauce, pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce, whatever you want to call it, all year long, because this video is actually about 5 months old, I'm just saying. But I vacuum sealed all of it. I just laid it flat like that and stacked it in my freezer. And as you can see how much is in this bag, this is definitely enough for one meal, if not a little more, depending on how big your family is. Look at this. It was beautiful. It was flavorful. I think one thing that really would have kicked this off is a good crusty loaf of some type of bread, just sopped up in there. It would have been so good. But it was great with penne with some fresh Parmesan on top. I hope you all enjoyed the video.